This is my student support system. Keep watching, keep learning.
Good morning, students. In today's class, we will discuss about introduction of mental health nursing. This lecture is in English, and if you want to study in Hindi, just click on I button and you will get link of Hindi lecture, or you can directly visit to channel My Student Support System. What is mental health? It is very important topic. Not only health person but a layman should know what is mental health and how to improve it. The WHO defines mental health as a state of well-being in which each individual is able to realize his or her own potential, cope with the normal stresses of the life, and work productively and make a contribution to the community. Mental well-being is characterized by adequate to high level functioning in response to the routine stresses and resultant anxiety and distress. Normally in our life, day-to-day life, we face a lot of stresses in the life. It is not mm, easy to cope with, but when we are healthy, sometimes we may feel low, but immediately we cope up with the stresses and well respond. So this is known as mental health. Nearly all of us have emotional problems and concerns in our day-to-day life. At some occasions or some time, and at that time we are not our best. We may feel lousy or low temporarily, but sign and symptoms are not so sufficient or too sufficient duration and intensity to diagnose the mental illness or to support the diagnosis of mental illness. So temporarily being distressed or depressed in response to the stressor is not mental illness. This we should keep in our mind. Okay, so this was about mental health definition. So what is mental illness? Here you will understand. Mental illness is a psychological or behavioral disorder that alters or changes the thinking process, mood, and the capacity of performing the activities of daily living in response to the stresses. It is the impairment in one or more important areas of functioning. So we can say thinking, mood, and functioning changes of our brain and decreased uh, power or response to the stressors of life. Then it is defined as mental illness. Actually, mental illness is not a stable thing. It is dynamic. From mental health to mental illness, there is a large spectrum. So in this picture, we can understand that towards mental health, there are occasional stresses and mild distress. But it is not mental illness. It is just slight deviation on this scale from here to here. Okay, this is mental health. But when we go deep here, then mental health problem starts. First of all, emotional problem concerns like mild to moderate disorder, distress, and temporary, mild or temporary impairment. And as we go more down, then mental illness starts. There will be marked distress, moderate to disabling, or chronic impairment starts. So that is mental illness. So there is a slight demarcation. We have to find out our mental problems up to this level and try to promote it. When we will know, we can understand identify the problems, and we can move our mental health towards mental health, not towards mental illness. Keep in mind. Now we will understand the important topic which is asked in the examination, that what are the characteristics of mentally healthy person. When we know, then we can try to inculcate these characters in our life. First of all, a mentally healthy person has an ability to make adjustment in any situation. Okay, a mentally healthy person has a sense of personal worth, feels worthwhile and important. When you feel that you are important for everyone, you feel wanted, then you are mentally healthy. Mentally healthy persons do not become overwhelmed by emotions. They are not flooded by the emotions such as fear, anger, love, jealousy, guilt, or anxiety. They make adjustment. They make a level of proper functioning during these emotions. They are not flooded away. Then mentally healthy person have lasting and satisfying personal relations. Their relations are very strong. A mentally healthy person solves his own problems largely by his own efforts and make the decisions himself or herself. This is a very important characteristic of healthy person, mentally healthy person. Mentally healthy person has a sense of personal security and feels secure in a group, show understanding of the other people's problem as well and their motives. He is able to understand and respond proper in the group also. A mentally healthy person has a sense of responsibility and always he is ready to take the responsibilities. This is also very important characteristic. He can give and take love. He is not away from the love. This is also a good characteristic and we should identify it. We should love human being. We should love every creation of the God. Mentally healthy person feel good about themselves. They do not feel low. They do not understand himself or herself as worthless. This is very important. You are the very important person and the world should recognize you. Then you are mentally healthy. If you are able to understand this. He live in the world of reality, not in the world of fantasy. Means there is no daydreaming. What is real life again? Identify and he lives accordingly. He shows emotional maturity in his behavior and develop a capacity to tolerate frustration and disappointments in the daily life. Everyone has a frustration and stress, but proper response to these stresses is very important. A mentally healthy person has a variety of interest and generally live in a well balanced life of work, rest and recreation. Everywhere he has balanced life. So dear friends, this is all about mental health, introductory part and characteristics of mentally healthy person. To understand this subject in detail, you can wait for the upcoming videos, and for this you should subscribe the channel and also press bell icon so that you can get notifications. You can like Facebook page, and for making your notes visit my blog mynursingstudents.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and join Facebook group Nursing Notes. Thank you. Have a nice day.